In this session, we'll have an overview of a new concept that SAP introduced as part of its BI 7.0 version. This concept is called the analysis authorizations. And with this special authorization concept of BI called analysis authorization for display of query data, you can protect especially critical data in a much better way. Analysis authorizations are required of all those users who want to display transaction data from an authorization relevant characteristics or a navigation attribute in a query. So for example, if you want to, what it means is, if you want to display the data for a company code or a sales organization or a cost center, those characteristics of, let's say, cost center or company code have to be made authorization relevant. Now, some of those characteristics may have, all characteristics have navigation attributes. So if you want to restrict using a navigation attribute, you have to make those navigation attribute as authorization relevant. So for displaying the data, we need from this authorization relevant characteristics or navigation attributes for all those users, we would need to use analysis authorization in BI7. This type of authorization is not based on the standard reporting authorization concept of SAP, meaning in like you don't have too many objects or fields in this concept. Now, analysis authorization is not based on authorization object. So what do we do? What we do is we create authorizations that include a group of characteristics and restrict values for these characteristics. So you can group let's say a sales center, sales order, or sales group characteristics and its navigation attribute, and build a analysis authorization on that group. Now, analysis of the authorizations can include any authorization relevant characteristics and treat them as single values, or you can use intervals, and you can also use hierarchies, and they are all treated as the same. Now, navigation attributes can also be indicated as authorization relevant in the attribute maintenance for characteristics can be transferred into authorizations or characteristics. So you can use the navigation attributes of a characteristic for authorization purposes also. Now, all characteristics indicated as authorization relevant are checked when a query is executed. So let's say there is a characteristics from an info cube that is part of a query, and this characteristic has been made as authorization relevant, then the authorization check will happen on the characteristics. So you would have to make that characteristic as part of your analysis authorization to successfully execute the query. Now, once we create the analysis authorization, we can assign that to authorization to one or more users. Now, a query always selects a set of data from the database. So if authorization relevant characteristics are part of this data, so you have to make sure that the user who is executing the query has a sufficient authorization for the complete selection. Otherwise, the user will receive an error message indicating that the authorization is not sufficient. So, but in principle, the authorizations do not work as filters. So the only exception to this rule would be that would include hierarchies in the drill down and variables that are filled by authorizations. Now hierarchies are restricted to the authorized nodes, and the variables that are filled by authorization act like filters for authorized values for the affected characteristics. So when you build security using the hierarchies, you can, hierarchy is a structure. So you can filter out the nodes. You can, when you build the security on hierarchy, you can basically, what it means is you can give access to only specific nodes in the structure. In the same way, variable, when you use a variable in a query, the variable filters the what values can be displayed. Now, the problem with you can restrict access to users to a certain info provider, that is an info queue. While it may be a very easy way to set up the authorizations, but it will severely restrict access. What it means is that when the user gets access to an info cube and a query is executed on that info cube, now, depending on what the authorizations are, the user may either get all the data from the info cube or no data at all. So for reporting purposes, you may want to define authorizations at a much lower level than the info cube, and that is where analysis authorization is helpful. Now let us look at the authorization levels. Now for reporting users, we need to define authorizations at a much lower level than info cube, that is the info object level. So if you want to, let's say, restrict access at a company code level, you'll have to make the company code characteristic or info object as authorization relevant and use it as a field. Now, queries are not built specific to key figures or characteristic value. Instead, info object level security can be built in such a way that common queries executed by different users can output different results based on their authorization restrictions on characteristics, value, or key figures. So let's say you have a person sitting in one company code and there's another person in company code B. If they execute both of them execute the same query, they should be getting access to, let's say, data related to their company code. So that can be achieved by info object level security, that is characteristic level security. Now analysis authorization can help us in restricting the data at the following levels. So you can restrict data at the info cube level. You can restrict data at a characteristic level. So based on depending on a particular characteristic, you can build a security around that. So for example, in this figure, material is a characteristic. So you can build, when you say a characteristic level security, what it means is that you can build it on the characteristic level. So here, for example, a plant is another characteristics. So you can build a security on plant also. Now you can also build the security on characteristic value level. So restrict access to certain values of a particular characteristic. So for example, PDS06 is a value for the material characteristic. So using analysis authorization, you can build security on this value also. So you can give access to this value itself. No, you don't give access to any other material other than PDS06. Now you can also restrict as a key figure level. Now key figure level is a numeric values. So you can take the price, for example, is a key figure. So you can build security on price also if you want. And you can also build security on hierarchy node. So you can restrict if the data is presented to you in a structured way, you can, using the hierarchy mechanism, you can restrict access to particular nodes in the hierarchy, in the structure. So one of the key differences between a BW and BI is that in BW you can build security at InfoCube level, and you can build at a hierarchy level also. But what you can't do in BW is you cannot build a security at characteristic level unless it's a it's an info object. So let's say plant is a characteristic in this case, but plant is also info object in BW. So you can build security on if a characteristic is an info object in BW. But what you cannot do in BW is build at a value level. So you cannot, in BW, you cannot build security around the value of a characteristic, whereas you can do that in BI. So this is one of the key difference between BW and BI security. So that you can build security around a characteristic value level in BI. Now, these are some of the prerequisites that you need to have to use the analysis authorizations. Now, you need to activate all the info objects that begin with 0TCA and 0TCT, and select all info cubes that start with 0TCA, 0TCS, TCA. So you have to activate them. And also there is a setting in the IMG that will gives us the option to use the old BW 3.x mechanism of security, that is using the objects, or you can select whether you want to use the new analysis authorizations method. So that we'll see later how this setting is set. Now you'll have maintenance. You can use the transaction RSD1 to make all the characteristics and navigation attributes as authorization relevant. To make any characteristic or info object as authorization relevant, you can use the transaction RSD1. And to build analysis authorization and manage it, the transaction code you use is rsec-admin. So when we do the demos, we'll be using both of these transaction codes. So using the rsec-admin, when you build the analysis authorization, you can authorize the characteristic values, attribute values, hierarchies. You can add key figure authorizations and all this. So before you work with BI content, you have to convert them from the SAP delivery version, which is represented by the letter D, to active version. So how do you do that? You have to activate those content. So like we said, like we saw in the previous slide, we have to activate all the info objects that begin with OTCA and OTCT, and all the info queues beginning with OTCA. And this is usually done by the BI administrators or the developers. As a security administrators, and this is something what we will not be doing. But to work with BI analysis authorizations, so these are the one prerequisites that need to be performed before you can actually start building the analysis authorizations. Now, how do we do this? How does the BI administrators do all this activation? They do it using the transaction code RSA1. So there is a procedure to do it, uh, which the developers and the administrators would know. Now, another prerequisite that we have is to do the IMG setting. There is a setting in the IMG that you need to set before you can start using analysis authorizations. By default, when the BI system is installed, that setting is set to use the BI analysis authorization. But you can choose whether you want to set up the analysis authorization concept, or you want to use the old concept of reporting authorizations. Now, both of these options allow restricting data for authorization relevant characteristics in a query. So in BW it is info object level security. Here it is characteristics. These are called characteristics. So however, in the new concept is more user friendly and better suited to the requirements of the BI system. So for this reason SAP recommends to use the new concept. And you should use the old concept in exceptional cases, but you cannot use a combination of both because the SAP doesn't allow you to do that. So you can either use the old concept or the new concept. The complete compatibility between the two concepts is not possible. So that's why, let's say, when let's say the system is getting upgraded from BW 3.1 or BW 3.5 to BI 7, the existing authorizations at that point of time, that is the BW authorizations, have to be converted. Now, this upgrade can happen by manually adjusting the roles and building the analysis authorization, or SAP provides a migration tool that which goes through certain steps and converts and builds the analysis authorizations for you. But that tool doesn't have a very good success rate. So if you use it, it may require manual reworking afterwards. But so use it. So if you're using BI system, it is advisable that the new analysis authorization concept is used. Moreover, the details to which the level at which you can control the data is, you can go and control at the characteristic value level, which you cannot do in BW. Now, when working with a query, if you want security to be checked on a particular characteristics in a query, that particular characteristics has to be made authorization relevant. So for example, in BW, like we saw, if you want to restrict the data by company code, we had to make the company code info object as authorization relevant. And of course, there was a whole process after that. But the point is to restrict data on a company code level, we had to make it authorization relevant. So you have to do something similar here also. So any characteristics on which you want to build security, that characteristics has to be made as authorization relevant. So we also mark characteristics as authorization relevant if we want to create authorizations that restrict the selection conditions for this characteristics to single characteristic value. Now, define the navigational attribute as authorization relevant to if these are to be checked. So if you don't need it, you don't have to do it. And if you don't want to have security on a navigation attribute, you don't have to make it authorization relevant. Now, there are, along with the IMG settings and those info objects that need to be activated, to technically work with analysis authorization, there are three main characteristics that need to be made authorization relevant. One characteristic is upward activity. The second one is for info providers, and the third one is for validity. So these three characteristics have to be made authorization relevant. That is a requirement for working with analysis authorizations. So before you actually start creating analysis authorization, ensure that these three are made authorization relevant. And once you have made this authorization relevant, they should be assigned to a user through at least one analysis authorization. So if you don't assign any of these three to a user, then the analysis authorization for the user will not work. And these three these three characteristics should not be included in the query. So along with that IMG setting, these three characteristics have to be made authorization relevant. We will see how this is done in a demo. The fourth one, the fourth characteristic that can be made authorization relevant is for key figures. Now this is an optional activity. So if your security has to be built on key figures, then this characteristic also has to be made authorization relevant. So how we make this authorization relevant, we'll see in a demo. RSec admin. So how do we create analysis authorization? So the analysis authorization is created by using the transaction code RSec admin. So this is the most important one. And for using the prerequisite for using this transaction code is that you should have proper access to this new authorization object called s_rsec. Now analysis authorization has three tabs. Using the authorization tab, you can maintain the analysis authorization. You can generate it, and you can also transport the analysis authorization that you have created. Now in the user tab, you will find functions that we need to assign analysis authorization to the user. And in the analysis tab, you'll find functions that we need to check and monitor analysis authorization. So for creating the analysis authorization, assigning the analysis authorization, and troubleshooting, you'll use the same transaction code. So which means that in BW, for let's say for creating the info object level security and for troubleshooting, we use the transaction code RSSM. So in BI, the transaction RSSM is obsolete. So you no longer use the transaction RSSM in BI system. So there is another big technical difference between BW and BI system, that the transaction RSSM is no longer used for creating info object level security or troubleshooting. Instead, we use the transaction RSec admin for both the purposes. But RSec admin is also used for assigning the analysis authorization to the users. So we'll see how each of these tabs can be used when we see the demo. in a demo. So there are three different ways of maintaining authorizations, analysis authorizations. You can assign standard reporting authorization along with role maintenance. Along analysis authorization along with automatic generation of authorizations and analysis authorizations of along with role maintenance. We will see some of these couple of these options in a demo. How we can assign analysis authorization a role and how we can assign analysis authorization along with automatic generation of authorizations. Now in the BI system, we need to assign various authorization to number of users in both reporting and administration area. And at runtime, it does not matter how authorizations were assigned to the user. It's only important that the correct authorizations are assigned to the user with the target being that maintenance of authorization should be as simple as possible. The clarity of authorization should be guaranteed and the effort required for a high number of users should be as little as possible. Now, SAP provides various options to maintain authorizations as efficiently and clearly as possible and to assign them to the users. Now, criteria for selecting the type of authorization maintenance depends on for example, how large is the number of reporting users. Depending on that, you can select one of these mechanisms to assign the authorizations to users, or how many users need the same authorizations, or are there any you have too many hierarchies to authorizations to maintain. So depending on the conditions, the options, you will use one of these mechanisms to assign the authorizations to the users. Now let us see role maintenance with reporting authorizations, which is the method used in the BW 3.x systems, the BW systems. Now this method of maintenance uses standard R3 or UCC method of maintaining authorizations for users under administration area. Now, roles with pure functions are separated from roles that include authorizations in this mechanism. Now, in BW, the reporting objects is IS underscore RS underscore IQ, ODSO, ISET, MPRO. They are used to restrict access to InfoCubes, ODS objects, InfoSets, multi-providers, etc. Now, the data that gets displayed to the user is based on the user's authorization definitions. And you can also assign, for example, in this mechanism, workbooks and queries to role menus so that many users can use them. So this chart, if you look at this diagram describes how the BW 3.5 or 3.x, the X meaning you can say 3.1, 3.5 authorizations are built. So you have, for query permissions, you have the authorization objects comp and comp1, but you also need the supporting objects like IS underscore IQ, ODSO. And if you want to build field level security, then you need to create a custom reporting object using the transaction RSSM. So these objects help in data extraction. Analyzes authorizations with along with automatic generation of authorizations. Now, analysis authorization is loaded into ODS objects. These are the ODS objects. And we remember one of the prerequisites we had was to activate all the info providers that begin with OTCA. So those are the objects that need to be activated. So SAP delivers 5 ODS objects with BI, which contain the authorization information. For example, the ODS object OTCA DS underscore DS01 will hold the authorizations data values. Now DS02 will contain the authorization data for hierarchies. DS03 contains, for example, descriptive text of authorizations. DS04 contains the user assignment of authorizations. And then DS05 contains the generate users for generate users for authorizations. Now, for every authorization scenario, the required ODS object should be copied into their own namespace. So in this way, data for different scenarios is kept separate. Now, authorizations are generated in the information from ODS objects. Now, this is used only if authorization data does exist in external system or file that can be brought into BI with the usual data loading process, and you can avoid duplication of maintenance. Now, due to various authorization requirements requirements from the BI and source systems, mapping of data is not possible in every case. So that's something that needs to be taken care of. But mapping of the data, loading of the data is the responsibility of administrators and BI developers. Now, how do we activate and load activate the business content and load the data store objects? We use that using the transaction RSA1, and you can generate the authorizations using the transaction RSECadmin, RSECadmin. Now, role maintenance along with analysis authorization. Now, you use the transaction RSECadmin to define analysis authorization, create analysis authorizations. Now, when you compare between the BW 3.x and BI7, you will see that we don't see in the info provider objects like S underscore RS underscore iCube, S underscore RS underscore ODSO, these objects here, what it means is in BI7, for reporting purposes, we no longer need those objects. So, as supporting objects. So, instead, SAP has introduced a new object called S underscore RS underscore AUTH, which you will include in the role and assign the analysis authorization to the user through this object. So analysis authorization replaces the info provider objects that we used to have in BW, meaning analysis authorization replaces s underscore rs underscore I cube, s underscore rs underscore ODSO, s underscore rs underscore MPRO, s underscore rs underscore ISET. These 4 objects in BI. So instead of using those objects, you use analysis authorization to support these 2 objects. Now, s underscore rs underscore comp and s underscore comp1, we need this for giving access to query. We needed it in BW, we need it in BI also. The difference between BW and BI is that the info provider objects are no longer needed in BI. They are replaced by analysis authorization. And the analysis authorization is assigned to the user in a role using this new object s underscore rs underscore AUTH. Now, roles with pure menu functions are separated from roles that include authorizations. So to build analysis authorization, you need these 3 info characteristics. That these 3 characteristics have to be assigned to the user. Now, key figures is an optional characteristics. If you would need this, if you want to restrict access to a key figure. Now, along with these 3 characteristics, if the restriction has to be made on a navigational attribute, then you need to include the navigational attribute in the access. So that is the difference between BI and BW. So in BI, we know for reporting purposes, we no longer need access to s underscore rs underscore I cube, the authorization objects, s underscore rs underscore I cube, s underscore rs underscore ODSO, s underscore rs underscore MPRO, and s underscore rs underscore ISET. We don't need access to these authorization objects anymore for reporting purposes in BI. Now, there are 3 different ways for assigning analysis authorization to the user. Now, assigning individual authorizations, assigning group of authorizations, or assigning authorizations to a role or profile. And we can use the combination of these options to assign the analysis authorizations to the user. Now, if a role-based security is set up and it's already in place, and most likely that is what it would be if the system has been upgraded, then the best option to use is assign the analysis authorizations through a role using the authorization object s underscore rs underscore AUTH. And we'll see this option in a demo. So these are the screens of how the different options. So you can go, for example, this is a transaction code. When you execute rsec admin, to assign the individual analysis authorization to a user, you click on the user tab, then click on the assign tab button. You'll get the screen, enter the user ID, and then click on change. Then in this name field, you would enter the analysis authorization that you created and click on insert. So when you click on insert, the analysis authorization will be entered here and you save it. So analysis authorization will be assigned to the user. So assigning individual analysis authorization to a user. So like that, you can assign as many as you want authorizations to the user. But the problem here is that, let's assume this analysis authorization has to be assigned to multiple people. You'll have to repeat these steps that many times, depending on how many users you have. So this could end up being a maintenance nightmare. So this option is not recommended from a maintenance standpoint. But if you want, you can do this. You can assign. In exceptional cases, probably you don't want to give it to a role to have many users and only for a few users. Then you can do this. Otherwise, this option is not preferred. And the next option that we had was to assigning it through a group. Using the hierarchy mechanism, you can group authorizations to hierarchy and assign it to users. So instead of clicking insert and assigning it to individual users, you click on the nodes button in the RSec admin tool transaction and assign it to a hierarchy in which you can group the users. The third option, which is the best option, is to assign the analysis authorization that you created via or the authorization object s_rs_auth in to users. So say that analysis authorization has to be assigned to a lot of people, then assigning it through a role is the best option. So to assign it analysis authorization to a role to users through a role, you have to make use of the new authorization object s_rs_auth. Now this object has only one field in it for analysis authorization. So in this field, you specify the analysis authorization that you want to assign to the user. So BI provides a new authorization object s_rs_auth with the field name BI-AUTH. This is a field that will contain the analysis authorization that you created. Now, how do we create the analysis authorization? Using the transaction RSec admin. So whatever you create, you put that value as in this object. Now, this authorization object can be assigned to a user through a complete new role or can be added manually to a already existing role to the user. So we can also assign multiple analysis authorization developed in a single s_rs_auth object. So this is basically depends on how your security model has been developed. So technically speaking, within a role, for this object you can assign, using this object you can assign multiple authorization or analysis authorizations to the users. So again, this all depends on how your security model is. So now SAP also provides analysis authorization called 0BI-all. This is kind of SAP_all, but only for authorization relevant characteristics. So if you assign BI_all to users, that means they get access to all authorization relevant characteristics. So after assigning, let's say you make another characteristic as authorization relevant, meaning after assigning 0BI-all to user, you make a new new characteristic as authorization relevant. So the system will automatically give access to that new characteristic also. So 0BI_all can only be viewed and it cannot be changed. So you cannot modify that. So anybody who has access to 0BI_all has authorizations to access all data at any time. And each time an info object or characteristic is activated and it is made authorization relevant, 0BI_all is automatically changed to include that new characteristic or info object. A user that has a profile with authorization object s underscore rs underscore auth and has entered 0b underscore all in that object has complete access to all data. Now this is the simplest way to assign authorization for everything in BI system. So when it's a new implementation, if you want to give access to all characteristic authorization relevant characteristics, then you can assign 0PI all to all users. So you can create one role with s underscore rs underscore auth in it and give 0bi all as a value for that object and assign that role to everybody. So everybody will have access to all data. But yeah, again, in production environment, that should not be the case. You should not be doing this. So this was a brief overview of analysis authorization. So in analysis authorization, we have been introduced to a new object called s underscore rs underscore auth. We have a new introduced a new analysis authorization called 0bi underscore all that gives access to all authorization relevant characteristics. We also know how and the different ways the analysis authorization can be assigned to users. The best option is to assign it through a role by including the object s underscore rs underscore auth in it. We can assign the analysis authorization through hierarchies also, and we can directly assign the analysis authorization to a user using the transaction RSec admin. So we were introduced to a new transaction RSec admin. We also saw what is the difference between BW, the way BW security is built and BI security is built. So in BI security, we use the new concept called analysis authorization. And the info provider objects like s underscore rs underscore iCube, s underscore rs underscore odso, s underscore rs underscore mpro, s underscore rs underscore iset. These authorization objects are no longer needed in BI for reporting purposes, but they are needed for administration purposes. For example, if an administrator wants to create an info cube, then he would need access to authorization object s underscore rs underscore iCube. But from end user reporting use of standpoint, in BI, we don't need them anymore. But we also, for query purposes, we still need s underscore rs underscore comp and s underscore rs underscore comp1. And the prerequisites, we know that in these three characteristics have to be made authorization relevant. Optional one is the key figure characteristics and the navigational attribute characteristics. In this slide, we saw how the BW security is built. In BW, we need these objects, but in BI, we don't need them. So these objects are replaced. All this is replaced by analysis authorization in BI. But you need these objects for administration purposes in BI. So that's another big difference in BI. We were introduced to a new transaction code called RSec admin. And we learned that this transaction code is used for assigning the analysis authorization to the users, building them, maintaining the analysis authorization, and also for troubleshooting, which means the transaction RSSM that we used in BW is obsolete. The transaction RSSM trace that we use for troubleshooting in BW, that is obsolete. We don't need those two transactions anymore in BI. So those two transactions, whatever you could do in RSSM and RSSM trace, you can do the same thing using RSec admin. So RSec admin replaces both RSSM and RSSM trace in BI. So we also saw what are the prerequisites to work with analysis authorizations. One is we need to make these three characteristics: 0 TC ATVT for activity, 0 TC IPROV for info providers, and 0 TCA valid for validity. We have to make these three characteristics as authorization relevant in order to work with analysis authorizations. And we also saw that one of the prerequisites that we have is to ensure that there is the setting in the IMG is made active to use the analysis authorization concept. We also learned that the security in BI can be built at InfoCube level, characteristic level, and mainly characteristic value level and key figure level. We couldn't do this in BW system. We could build the InfoCube level security in BW. We could build a characteristic level, that is the plant level security or the company code level security in BW using the info objects concept. But we couldn't do characteristic level security or key figure level security in BW. But you can do that in BI. And you could do it in, you can build hierarchy level security in BW as well as BI. So technically there's another key difference between BW and BI, that we can build characteristic value level and key figure level security in BI, which we cannot do in BW. So this was a brief overview of analysis authorization, which is a new concept introduced by SAP in BI 7.0 version.